Hello, I'm Claire.
And I'm Suzie.
And together,
we're Cluzie.
Yeah.
G'day. And what is today all about? It is about the uniqueness of the Vitality Program in its entirety. Woo! Bring on the information. This is exciting.
So, why would you be listening to us and why would you be wanting to do a 12-week program with us? Well, we've talked about this before, so we'll just quickly run through it. I've been a registered nurse since the 90s. Before that, I nursed my parents from the early 90s. And then I became one of the highest qualified in the ANF technology, which is really high-level medical education, as well as the ANF medical devices. We've won multiple business awards, energy healing awards. We're TGA sponsors for the technology. We've been on the media a lot, and Suzie runs multiple workshops and helps businesses save cash and make more.
Cash.
Yeah, either way.
Either way.
Even if you're saving it, you're making it.
True. So, first off, we're going to start with a little analogy. Now, Claire's going to be my assistant today. Now, we're not quite big. She gets to have some scissors. So I'm a little bit scared, just saying, just a little bit scared. Don't even think about it. There's a reason why my hair's up today. Anyway, this is a piece of string. It is a indication. Let's say it's 100 centimetres and every centimetre is a year of life. We know that the average lifespan is 80, give or take, male, female. So we're going to cut off 20 centimetres. Cut! There's 20 years gone. Then I am already halfway through my life according to things, so we've got to cut this in half to represent 40 years. 40 years gone. Already done. So I'm left with 40 years here. Now, I know that I'm going to sleep 8 hours a night.
Well, maybe
hopefully,
when the toddler allows it.
Hopefully. So I'm going to cut off another third. Then I also know that for the next 25 years or so, I'm going to spend working. So I'm going to cut off another fifth-ish, about there. Then I'm also going to be spending approximately another third of that.
On the volleyball court?
I wish. That would be nice. That's part of my leftover. We'll get there. But no, on all the chores, washing, lots of washing, shopping, cleaning,
washing the car.
All of those sorts of things. There's a whole heap of choresy stuff that we've got to do, so about half of that. That's it. That's my lifespan that I am left with as to do. Choose, what am I going to do with it? Am I going to live it? Am I going to live it with vitality? That's it from 100 years.
And if you're like half of the percentage of the population of Australia, you actually don't have that, which is Susie's done our vitality program and is very good at living her life, so she has that back.
Yeah, and it's even just that thinking about, are you pain-free or really vital
energetic,
to be able to really enjoy this part, which you get to choose what to do with.
Yep.
Well, you get to choose all of it, but hey.
Yeah, and the Vitality Program predominantly focuses on your health because, as Suzie always quotes the Princess Bride from the 80s, if you don't have your health, you don't have anything.
Nothing. Now, I'm coming in. Claire's like, it's my story. I want to tell my story, but no, I get to start it. There is not a single person in the entire world who has the hats that Claire has worn. A lot of people wear a nurse. Some people have had their parents die of AIDS. Some people have been a farmer. There are very few master ANF specialists, but not one person in the world has all of those labels. Claire, give us a little bit of a background as to what made you come up with all of these life experiences and labels from your experiences to come up with this 12-week program.
Well, I just follow my journey. As I said, I've been in healthcare for nearly 30 years. However, that's me as a little kid. I used to dress up as a nurse, hurt my brother so I can fix him, nurse my parents through their HIV journey, then nursed at a very high level in Melbourne's biggest hospitals. And yes, I dressed up a lot on Sundays. It was Dress Up Sundays. You got to bring laughter into the workplace. Then I left nursing. I became a regenerative agricultural farmer because I wanted to regenerate the land from weeds to perennial grasses. That taught me a lot about how the human body works, how nature works. Then I found myself...
Just on that one, healing the body from the inside by what we put in. Moving on.
Yeah. And then I became an ANF practitioner. I went back into nursing, became an ANF practitioner because it was the first thing I'd seen ever in my career that actually helps the human body heal itself at a cellular level. It blew my mind, and it's been blowing my mind for 5 years, and I hope it blows my mind for the rest of my life. So I put all of that together into a 12-week program because people kept asking me, I kept saying the same things over and over and over again. Toxicity, inflammation, healthcare and how it's failing us, how agriculture is failing us, and how I have found the key to health. And that's put it all together in a 12-week program. It is the beginning to set you up for life so you end up with this and not that.
Sounds good. The other thing, which you may not know, it's actually Claire's soul's purpose of many lifetimes to be a healer. Just that, to be a healer. That is what she is here to do on this planet globally. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Moving on. So, this vitality program, we have 3 main principles around it, right? The first one
Is
pressure like a
drip, drip, drip that never stops. Whoa! We want to stop the drip. Sorry, we have a toddler. Encanto's like our favourite movie, so...
Yes. So what we mean by that is we've been through how there's so many chemicals and toxins exposure and the impact of that to inflammation and then the impact to long-term health issues. So we want to stop that drip coming in. We want to stop it from the food, from the drinks that we have, from EMFs, from cleaning products. This is what a lot of the vitality program is around, is stopping that drip. Second principle is resetting the body.
Yeah. So every week through the Vitality program, you get an ANF protocol, and we're focusing on the lymphatic system, which is the key to health. We focus on the gut, hormones, neurotransmitters, all your organs, energy, vitamins, trauma-related things. Like every week we have a very well thought out, if I do say so myself, ANF protocol to help reset your body's innate ability to clean up itself and to heal and operate as it should.
So step 1, stop the stuff coming in. Step 2, reset it so that it was as your baseline body is the best it can be. Principle number 3,
you got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it.
You got to move it. Okay, it's actually just about there's lots of exercises within there's just exercises within the Vitality program which can improve your living experience so that you get more out of life in every moment. And so just an example of this is about the vagus nerve, which Claire will give us a little example of what that is.
Well, the vagus nerve is one half of your nervous system. Everybody's heard of fight and flight. Many people may not have heard about the rest and digest, but those 2 parts of the nervous system must be in balance, and most people live in a fight and flight adrenal kind of pattern. So the vagus nerve doesn't get to do its job, and it is the regulator of your thyroid, your heart, your liver, your stomach, your gut, your ovaries, or your testes. Like, it is super, super important and affected by stress the most out of anything. So we do talk and focus on the vagus nerve a lot. And just a little tip to take home with you now, if you want to improve your vagus nerve straight away, breathing exercises, or Suzie,
Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
or just grounding yourself, walking bare feet on the sand or the grass or something like that can all help your vagus nerve.
This is just like one example of what we're doing that is a little bit different in the...
Because we do spend a bit of time talking about emotions and trauma and how that traps in our body and how we can get it out through some particular very specific exercises and the vagus nerve.
So that's the 3 things. The 3 principles, I should say, of the Vitality program. Now, if we actually look at what is actually included in the Vitality program, number 1 is the education. Like I said before, it is so unique, Claire's experiences that have accumulated in order to create the education for this program.
Yeah.
It is first rate, if I do say so.
And, you just got to think, we focus a lot on toxicity because we are exposed to at least 48,000 different chemicals every day. And guess how many of them are tested for safety? About 8. Guess how many of them are tested for safety when they interact? That's a 0, by the way. So, it's super important to know what's coming in and how you can stop that or change things so you don't have that level of exposure. That's just one thing.
Yeah.
Seriously, I could do a 45-year program, but I've tried to condense it down into 12 weeks.
This is where Claire does get her opportunity to go on the soapbox and really, really educate people as to what's happening. What I love is the participants of previous courses, after the very first group session, have come back with, oh my God, that education absolutely blew my mind. I am going to make changes instantly.
Yeah, I had no idea was a lot of the things.
Had no idea. That is phenomenal. That's after the first week. Love it. Now, Claire's gone on about the protocols already, but it is really looking at a gold standard version of ANF therapy at a global level. So almost everybody on the planet could do with a lymphatic and gut rescue program because we're all exposed to chemicals in some way.
And it's not even chemicals, it's trauma. We've all had trauma.
Yeah.
Chemicals.
Stress. Yeah.
Accidents, injuries.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
So it's basically just optimizing every organ and your body systemically. Awesome.
Yes. And then with the movement part of it, so we focus a lot, there's a lot of education, and then towards the end we focus on a lot of movement and fascial release. So what does that even mean? Well, your fascia is the layers of connective tissue within the body that allows the body to slide and glide. There's so many muscles and bones and blood vessels and nerves, and if we didn't have the fascia, we wouldn't actually be able to move because everything would get stuck. Having said that, when we have emotional traumas or injuries or scars, our fascia gets stuck. So I teach you some real easy, simple ways to unstick your fascia so your body moves better. I put myself through the program. I grew 2 centimetres for the first time in 30 years. Who would have known? I walk better. I've got better movement. I can chase CJ up and down and through little nooks and crannies that I could not do before I did this.
And what's interesting is your fascial tissue is connected from your eyes down to your toes.
In 7 different ways.
Now, like I said, everybody could do with a lymphatic and gut rescue, but the difference here is that we make it still a personalised program to you. You will start the program with a one-on-one with Claire to make sure that your specific and needs are met. Because there are no 2 brains the same. There are no 2 people the same. We shouldn't treat everybody the same. No. We're all individuals, and so this program is to accommodate that as well.
Yeah, so we just tweak it to suit you.
Support. Well, again, I love the comment up here from one of our participants. She just felt so completely supported and handheld all throughout the program when she was making these changes for the long term. And that's the other thing with this program. It is very high touch. Now, what I mean by that is you have a lot of support.
Touchy.
Massage. Bit harder, please. Bit harder. Come on. So you will have weekly contact with Claire as well as support throughout the week as well on top of that. So we're here to hold your hand and help you navigate the changes.
Yep. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to everybody.
Oh, everybody.
So
happy birthday to us.
What I love too is I love getting presents, and luckily for me, Suzie loves giving presents. And I love celebrating me and my birthday. I think I have 3 or 4 a year.
4 a year at least.
Depending on how much we're travelling, but every new town we appear, it happens to be my birthday. But yeah, it's all about surprises and gifts and being showered with love. And some of us have a love language of gifts, whether receiving or giving. So every week you get a gift that's relating to the topic we're talking about, just to help you on your way to make some changes if necessary, or just restock your cupboards if necessary. So everything you need for the program is included. And every week it's wrapped up individually, so every week for 12 weeks you get a present.
Love it. But wait, there's more. And that more is coming.
Next week. I'm not going to tell you about it now.
Not yet, there's more. Okay, so we have had lots of people come through the Vitality program now, and everybody comes out of it with a different story, and each person's story is different. Surprise, surprise, because each person's an individual, and when you get rid of the inflammation and toxicity from inside the body, it reacts in different ways for different people. But you can see on the screen, there's been so many different comments around it. One of my favourites, though, was...
You're not supposed to have favourites, babe.
Oh, I always have favourites, so do you.
Yeah,
was Fee's comment, and how she absolutely felt nourished and supported like a queen. She had her wrinkles disintegrate, her eyes became clearer. It was like the brain fog from her body, which she didn't even know that she had coming into the program, had lifted. The way that she explained it, which I love, is it was like she was given to the cards to her own body and was able to drive away the keys, like a Ferrari, you know?
Yeah. And that's what I love. And I take on board the feedback. So every time we run the course, it improves every time. So.
And did you have a favourite?
No, I don't have favourites. I just love the fact that I think everybody that's been through the programs has got something out of it for them. Some people get it in week 1, some people don't get it till week 12, some people get it in the follow-up. But everybody gets something that improves their health, and I love that. It lights me up, it fills my cup, and I can't wait for the Vitality program next time around because I'm going to put myself through it again.
Me too! We love what we do.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you are all about choosing you this year, comment Vitality after watching this video. We are definitely choosing Vitality. And what are you going to do with this part of your life?
Just so you know, babe, I've got this much left, so you better lift your game.
Well, I have to say, we are wanting to live to 120, so our string was a little bit longer to start with.
Well, if you want to be 120, I've got to be 130. That's not fair.
I know, but I want to have Vitality all the way to 120. I want to be walking around the block at 120.
Beautiful. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment Vitality if you want to know more. I cannot wait to help you on your journey. So yeah, please, Vitality all the way. Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.